It's Lily back with November 30th of Simple Abundance, a Day Book of Comfort and Joy by Sarah Ben Breathnach. Sorry if I butchered her name wrong. Okay, so November 30th, the loss of control. We are most deeply asleep at the switch when we fancy we control any switches at all. That quote was by Anne Dillard. Life is an illusion. The notorious World War I double agent Meta Hari confessed in 1917 as her eyes met a French furring squad. You know what they say about confessions on the way out. It's the truth whether you believe it or not. Certainty, Meta Hari lived the ultimate illusion. She was all things to all men, at least until she gave herself away by assuming she had it all under control. First, she seduced French officer into divulging military secrets that she passed along to the Germans. Then she cajoled the Germans into giving her information coveted by the French. But the trouble with delusions, as the famous feminine Fatal discovered to her regret, is that you can't keep it up forever. Eventually, it all goes up in a puff of smoke, and you might not be left standing while the smoke clears. Illusions are the conscious mind double agent. The ego doesn't like to think that anybody, especially the authentic self, can do it better than she can. So she seduced the rational mind into believing those things that help us make it through the day. That this time he'll stop drinking, that the kid's just going through a phase, that the arguments over money and not power. The unworkable will work. If you just try a little harder now, maybe all of this is true. But if not, you're setting yourself up for the double cross. When the subfuge succeeds, the master illusion, the mind's Meta Hari, moves in for the kill, convincing you that life can be manipulated. Life can't, but we can. A few weeks ago, smoothly at home and work, and suddenly we secretly succumb to the lure of thinking we can control relationships or the course of events. We line everything up in perfect order so that though sheer force of will be the right place at the right time. But when we become addicted to thinking we can control another person's behavior or a particular outcome, we're as vulnerable as crack addict who thinks this hit will be her last. High on determination, we assume we can handle the day, the deal, the deadline, the divorce, the dis-ease, if we can just keep everything under control. When we can't, we spin dangerously out of control and into the nosedive, as Melanie Betty reminds us in the language of letting go. Whatever we try to control does have control over us and our life. And we might walk away from the wreck. We're often more upset by the loss of illusion than by the reality of the rubble. The good news is that we can pick up the pieces and salvage the best of a bad situation, but only after we become aware we have unconsciously betrayed ourselves. You can never lose something if you never had it to begin with. You were never in control and never will be. Let go of that illusion so that you can cut your losses and move on. Acceptance of the inevitable is difficult and painful. It might be today. It is the first step towards an authentic trade-off. We trade a life that we have tried to control. Betty reassures us, and we receive in return something better, a life that's manageable. Thank you guys so much for reading this page with me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.